Welcome back to Mitch Cooper Rc, and I wanted to make a video today. No, that's not gonna work. Welcome back to Mitch Cooper Rc, and today we're not doing an unboxing. This is gonna be a video purely about my story, my journey, and I wanted to share it with you because I'm super excited. We've hit 1K with the channel, and I'm feeling humble. I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling humble for all the support, and I feel like I have this community. I have this community of people that just want to help each other in the hobby and the RC community, and I'm super grateful for that. So I just wanted to be authentic and share my journey with yous and where I'm at, our vision of flying RC around the world, inspiring people. That's what we want to do. We want to help people. We want to bring happiness and joy to people and entertainment, and just bring a smile to people in their everyday life and help people, because I believe that that's what we're here to do. So today there's going to be no flying, no unboxing, obviously. It's night time here in Australia, and we're just super grateful for where we're at, and we just want to enjoy it. So yeah, I wanted to start by telling you how I got into RC. For anyone that's obviously not interested in this and they're more about the action, obviously that's what our channel's about. It's about flying and RC, cars, planes, helis now. We're doing it all. But I wanted to share my story and how I got into it actually from a young age, what inspired me, and what I did before the RC, and hopefully I can inspire you guys a little bit. That's what I want to do. So from a young age, I'll start like when I was very young. I've always been into sports. I've always been into hobbies. A little bit unique. I'm just not that average guy that, played a team sport or anything like that. I've always been into motorsports, racing, anything that's, extreme and exciting I was into. Water sports, everything here. I live in Australia. We've got surf beaches and all the rest of it. But we'll start from when I was very young at school, and I was at school. I was about probably 4 or 5 years old when I first started big school, and come across a book in the library that was a BMX book, and yeah, that's where it all began for me. So I went into the library at school and I found this BMX book, and anyway, I seen BMX. I come home that day and I said to my parents, I want to do BMX racing. So that was where I set out to do BMX racing, and pretty much my whole younger days, I grew up with my friends and my mates here in Australia riding BMX bikes. My cousins actually were professional, professional motorbike racers. And yeah, look, I grew up around bikes. I grew up around that, but also I've been around the hobby. So in that time, I've come across, in my BMX racing days, I come across RC car tracks. I come across RC fields. So you would see in my previous videos, I flew at Maitland Aero Modelers Club. That is basically 10 minutes from the BMX track. So that is where I first got my first taste of RC planes. I was literally probably, I'd say 6 or 7 years old. But going back to the BMX, my goal, I become a pretty high-end BMX racer. I raced at a state, Australian level, and my goal was to go to the Olympics. I raced BMX all the way up until I was about 18 years old. Guys, I want to keep this video pretty short, but I want to share it with you because I think it's important. I think it can inspire people to do what they love in life as well. So yeah, so I raced BMX till I was about 17 years old, and I got second in the state that year, which was 2007, I believe, which was my last race. And then I decided to go to motocross racing because I mean, who doesn't want to ride motorbikes, motocross? I like watching my cousins grow up. He's the same age as me, my cousin, and his younger brother, riding dirt bikes pretty much our whole lives as well. So I decided I was going to give motocross a go, which in hindsight, going back to that, I wouldn't probably have done that now because of the level I was at BMX. I was dedicated to it. I really wanted to do BMX, and I was really good at it. I went to motocross, and I didn't have the just didn't have the time riding to be at the level, like the professional level that I was with BMX. So anyway, so basically in that time of obviously BMX, I grew up, I got RC cars. I think the first hobby grade RC car I got was a Traxxas Bandit, if anyone knows that. I'm pretty sure it was the Traxxas Bandit buggy, two-wheel drive buggy. So I got that when I was probably about 12 years old. I was still racing BMX at the time. Never really had a plane at the time, so it was just cars, and I just really loved cars. And then my dad bought me, by the way, guys, this was all thanks to my dad, who took us to these, you know, the RC club. He took me around Australia racing BMX, and it was my life. I had purpose. It was my goal to become an Olympic BMX racer. When I finished racing BMX, the Olympics were just coming out with BMX, and it was super. It was a big thing. Yeah, I'm kicking myself now that I went to motocross because I focused on that. With that being said, I've done all right at motocross, but it wasn't anything like, I was nowhere near the level I was as a BMX racer. But anyway, so that was that. I raced motocross for quite a few years. My cousin was still racing professional motocross. Obviously inspired me to do that. Obviously wasn't right into the hobby scene. I was just focused on that. And then the reason I'm getting to this was because we give ourselves opportunities when we put ourselves out there. We step out of our comfort zone and we do things. Yes, I do have a goal with this. Like my goal, my mission, we're doing this full time. It's happening, and I want to inspire you to do, like, we love this. We love the RC hobby in general, and we want to do it full time. So, you know, I think it's the best time to do it. We've just hit 1K, and I'm super. That's why I want to share this with you. So yeah, the reason where I'm at is because motocross, I did that. And then obviously I went out into the workforce at 18 years old. I was working in the workforce, as well as riding motorbikes. Yeah, I grew up a bit. It hit 2014. I was still riding bikes, but it wasn't professionally. I was doing a motocross race here and there in between work and then partying at the age, you know, my 20s. I was young. Luckily enough, I was still riding dirt bikes. One of my friends here in New South Wales, where we live here in Nelson Bay, become a stuntman. And he become a stuntman down in Sydney and trained for that. So we grew up riding bikes with him, and he wanted to be a stuntman, so went to stunt school in Sydney, and then he got an opportunity to go to a contract in China to ride a motorbike in a stunt show over there. So not only was he a stuntman, but he was a motorbike rider. We rode motorbikes here as well. So anyway, so basically he got the opportunity to go to China and ride in a stunt show over there. And that was in 2014. And yeah, so he was over there. I was watching him over there. It was absolutely awesome to see him over there, you know, living his dream, you know, getting paid to ride a motorbike. You know, it's all possible. And that's why I wanted to make this video. It's all possible to live your dreams if you believe that in something that you love. It doesn't matter what it is. You might be fishing. You could be into sewing. You could be into, I don't know what it is, you know, boxing, whatever it is that you believe, you know, in doing good for yourself, to be better for yourself every day, do it. This is why I'm making this video, and to share my story, because I've had a lot of my following. I feel like we're family, and I want to share my story with you. So going back to the story, my friend James was over in China riding a motorbike. I was back here in Australia just working a normal job, riding motorbikes here and there. At the end of his contract in 2014, he calls me up and asks me, would I be interested in going to China in 2015 for a contract to ride a motorbike in a stunt show? And I thought he was joking at first. Like, I thought, like, he can't be asking me. Like, I'm just a normal guy working. Yeah, I know how to ride a motorbike and maybe do some jumps and motocross racing. But yeah, I got this opportunity, and I believe that this stuff doesn't happen for no reason. I believe I got this opportunity because I was meant to, which has led to me basically where I am right now. I wouldn't be here right in front of this camera right now if it wasn't for you, for that. So I'll explain as I go on. But yeah, so I got the opportunity to go ride a motorbike in a stunt show in China in 2015. So he come back to Australia at the end of 2014. We done some training. We went through the hoops. I sent him some videos of me riding, hitting a ramp jump, a 60-foot ramp to ramp motorbike jump. Showed him that I was capable of doing that. Not only that, but when I went to China, I was going to be a stuntman as well. So they were going to train me up to do stunts and also acting and that sort of thing. So I guess that's why I'm a little bit comfortable behind the camera. Yeah, and anyway, so 2015, got the opportunity to go over there. I was living my dream. I couldn't believe that I was going over there. Yes, I had a little bit of doubt in my mind, but I faced it full on without fear. There was fear, but I faced it and I did it, and it changed my life forever. I went over there, I rode a motorbike. Things went really well with me and James, my friend that I went over, invited me over. He come too. We were both the stuntmen in the show over in Dalian, China, and met my now wife, Irina, who is from Ukraine. She was a dancer at the theme park that we were working at over there. Yeah, and the rest was history. She's here in Australia, and yeah, we're here. We've got a family, and we're just loving life. So if it wasn't for that opportunity to go to China, my wife wouldn't be here now, and I'm so grateful for her and all her amazing work. To get this content for you guys and to share that. But yeah, look, I got that opportunity to go to China, and that just. I was living my dream. I was riding motorbikes, getting, earning an income, living my dream, I was in my essence, I was so grateful for that opportunity. And, I met my wife over there that just knocked me off my feet. I was a little bit lost before I went over there, I'll admit. And, I got that opportunity that made me to show me that I can do, we were training hard every day over there. We worked 6 days a week, and I felt good. I felt I had purpose in life, and it brings me back to where I am right now. So, when I come back from China, I went back. It was hard. It was hard because my wife needed to come here, needed to come to Australia. We paid for visas and all that sort of thing to get her here, and it was hard going here. I had to go back to a normal job, which was really hard for me because I'd just come back from doing my dream job. And I know that it's possible to do that. And I did have another opportunity to go back to China, but I chose not to, purely because she'd fell pregnant with our first child, Ellie. Yeah, I just didn't think it was the right choice at the time, as much as I wanted to be back there. And I had to do something else. So after that, I was here working a normal job, and then I'd done lots of different things. I've rode motorbikes, I've sailed, I've kite surfed, I've windsurfed. Anyone that knows me, I've done wing foiling. If you haven't seen that, there's wind sports. I've done skateboarding. I'll get to that story in a sec. But yeah, look, I've done pretty much everything you could think of as it comes to extreme sports. I love it all. If I could do it all, I would. But I've always had a soft spot for the RC. We've got a fair bit of it around us in the Newcastle area, and I've been around the RC plane thing for on and off my whole younger days, but I never really got into it. So so basically where I'm at now is I've been playing around with the RC thing for, like I said, a long time, and last year I decided that I'm going to give this a red hot crack and I'm dedicate myself to it. Last year I actually had a bad accident on a skateboard and shattered my elbow, so had to have major surgery on that, which has actually restricted my arm movement. So you probably don't even notice that in my videos. Maybe some of you have, but I don't have full extension in my arm. So that's pretty much as straight as I can get it. And the doctors pretty much said to me, look, you should probably find an office job or something that, non-physical. And I've always been into physical work, construction and that sort of thing. So, but I knew from China that, it was really hard for me to go back to a normal job. So, after this skating injury and all that, I had to do something else. And, I love the hobby, and I love, I want to inspire people. And this is why I wanted to make this video, to inspire you, is that, you can do what you love. You put it to work and believe in yourself to do it, because I'm an example of that. You know, like I've had my challenges throughout my journey. Like I've had that many jobs trying to find happiness, but you will not find happiness unless you're honest with yourself. So, and be true to who you are inside. So, and that's what I want to, you know, inspire you. It's all related. I'm doing what I love. I've got the opportunity to you know, put out these models, have fun, inspire you guys. And I'm not doing it full time right now, but it's happening. It's happening. It's there. It's already in, you know, motion's already there, and we're doing it. So, I wanted to share that with you and where we're at. So basically after this accident, I am still working a normal 9 to 5 job between shooting content, which is a lot of work, and we absolutely love it. My wife Irene, as you know, behind the camera, she's we have our moments behind camera, just trying to get this content. You know, like it's really, you know, we enjoy it and we love it, and it's just, yeah, it's so beautiful that I have this community. And you know what, like I honestly haven't got, you know, I don't have anyone bad within the channel, and I just really, you know, we're only just getting started, but I'm happy. Like I'm not even, it's not about who I've got. I'm just really, I want to be authentic to use and share this content. You know, I'm just an everyday guy having fun, doing what I love, and I want to inspire you. So that's why I wanted to share that story with you, and where I'm at and what I've done. So, you know, like you probably never would have known that I rode motorbikes and motocross and all that. I was a professional BMX racer when I was younger, and it's just crazy how like, you know, things turn out, you know, and that's just my story and the opportunity I got that changed my life. And like I said, I probably wouldn't be standing here behind the camera talking as if it wasn't for that opportunity to go to China. So, you know, my wife's here who does an amazing job creating these videos for you, as well as me being a clown behind the camera. So, yeah, like we're just going to continue doing it. And like I said, we should all, as humans, that's why I want to inspire you, is to do better every day for ourselves. And I feel like our mission here is to help people, and that's help people on, you know, in the universe, and that's what we're doing. We want to inspire you and hope you get joy and something out of our videos. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you, and what better way to do it? We've hit 1K, and I'm just super grateful and super humble for that. So yeah, look, next video, stay tuned, guys. I'm super grateful. And like I said, this means a lot, your support. And like I said, if you want to join the membership, that's going to help us support us doing this full time. You know, all the support we get will help us do this and travel the world, because we want to get to wherever you are around the world and do this, whether it's, you know, whatever, planes, helis, we want to go big with it, cars, all different locations around the world, meeting amazing people, inspiring each other. But I believe in you guys, and that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to make it to show you that I'm no different to you. If you have something you're passionate about, I know you do, everyone does, go out and chase your goals, and make it happen, because it's pure happiness. That's the only way to be pure happy, is be honest with yourself. Stay tuned for the next video, because we're going to be doing another unboxing and some more action. I know this one was no action, but I wanted to just inspire you a little bit, and hopefully I did that. Hope it wasn't too long, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, like, subscribe, do that if you feel, and I appreciate you so much. And you know, we're just getting started, see where we end up the next one, who knows. Thanks guys, we'll see you in the next video. Warming up, bro. Just getting relaxed and comfy.